through this Motherload. It's got a string trimmer attachment, and this is the kind that it's not a bump feed. You have to put it in a piece of trimmer line. Ugh, it's terrible. Maybe put another, I don't know. I can put it on, put it on something and maybe sell it. This is the power head. It came. The primer bulb seems fine, but it needs new fuel lines. Seems like it has compression. I just pulled all the cables seem to be good. I just pulled the cord on this and it has compression. Gas tank is dry as a bone. Oil is pretty good actually. And there's the Edger attachment, which I'm going to try to put on the Ryobi and sell it, because I think the Ryobi runs. And then this Homelite gas vacuum. I actually have this exact same one somewhere. It might be a little bit older, but I did pull the cord in this thing. It does have gas in it. It did start. Didn't want to rev up, but it wasn't warmed up yet. So, and here's the shop vac. So, and apparently it's got another attachment for this blower is that one. It's a bigger head, but maybe it's got a bag attachment that you can put on it or something. So you could maybe have it work as a vacuum to suck up some leaves, which I don't know how, but I'd have to look at the manual. So, and this is kind of a mother load for me. I've never gotten this much at once. Gotten a couple mowers before, a mower and a trimmer, but never something like this. Ryobi power head has been sitting in storage for a while. It's missing the air filter cover, but it does run. At least the last time I got it from a neighbor. Said it didn't run, and then I got it to work. I used the D handle or whatever for another trimmer that I had that missed it. It was missing it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get this to run, and then I'm gonna stick the Edger attachment on it, and then I can see if I can sell it. But the fuel lines seem good. Primer bulb seems good on this. So let's just throw some gas into this and see what happens. I did empty the gas out of it when I put it up for storage. It's been stored in a basement. Added a little bit because gas is expensive now, especially the non-ethanol. Thank you, politicians. Let's see if this thing will prime up with a power bulb, or what they call it, see if it'll bring in fuel. And it's filling up. So let's see if I can get this to run now. It hasn't run in a couple years. So let me see. So that's choke. And let's see. Wow, first pull. And this thing's been put in storage without gas in it. So if you store it without gas and you use non-ethanol fuel, it'll probably work. Now let's go put the Edger attachment on it and see how it works. So, looks like I got this one going. Looks like I got some equipment I can sell now. My only issue is how this split shaft joins. It's a little flimsy right here. I know on the actual one it looks a little bit different. Of course, this is a Craftsman head and it's on a Ryobi. They're supposed to be compatible, all these trimmer attachments, because I've got a Troy-Bilt with a Ryobi straight shaft weed eater on it. Follow up. I found this on the other trimmer somewhere. I believe it's to help hold this stuff together, so I added it here and it seems to help better. So this one's good to go. Just don't have a filter cover and filter over here, and I'll just say, hey, it runs great, just that it doesn't have that, and here's the part number. If you want it, you can get it. Okay, now onto this Vac Attack II blower that came with, well, what do you call it? Motherload or Motherload. I know it runs. At least it tried to run. So let me see if I can get it to. The primer bulb's good. It's filling up with fuel. So let's see if we can get this to run. I mean, it would run, but it wouldn't rev up. So let's see. Oh, full choke. Okay, now half choke. Take it off choke. Back to half choke. Ran a little while ago, so put it on full choke. Let's see. That one seems to be good to go. So blows pretty good, and it's got another attachment for it for like a wider. Actually, I have one just like that. It doesn't work that good, but well, that's item 2 that works from them. So now this is the power head that I got from the Motherload, and I'm going to use it with the string trimmer attachment. And this is one of those fixed length trimmer heads, not a bump head. I really don't like those. They are easier to restring, but you have to restring them a lot. So whatever. So I got the edger out of the deal. Attachment. So I'm going. This one, what's wrong with it that I can tell is it needs new fuel lines. As you can see here, they just kind of disintegrated from the ethanol. I don't know how the state of the carburetor is, so I will probably, maybe drop some fuel in directly into the carburetor, see if it runs a little bit and dies, and see if it's worth putting on some new fuel line, which I do have. So let's see. Casually, this air filter just disintegrated in my hands. I've got something you can use for it, but whatever. The Briggs that have an air hat on top that uses a foam filter, there's usually a cutout for something. This is the cutout. So what I've done is I've taken that cutout, cut it in half, I'm using that filter for another trimmer. I'm just going to do this. Put that in there like that and use that as the filter, and that should be good enough. So I'm going to put a little 2-cycle fuel down the throat of the carburetor. Just a couple drops because the fuel lines in this are bad. That should be plenty. I've actually probably flooded it. There we go. So that should be good enough to get it to kick over. Let's see. Put it on start. Yeah, let's see.
Maybe I flooded it too much. Got some fuel over the floor.
Yeah, this is one of those, if you push the trigger, it takes it off choke automatically. I don't like those. Is this going to be worth it? Let's just I put a lot of fuel in there. Let's just let it sit a little bit. Let's see. Stupid me. This was in the off position on the So I'm gonna just stick it on and maybe now I should have sparks, so this thing should run a little bit.
Not. Maybe I flooded it out way too much.
Okay, last resort. Gonna put some direct carb spray in. So it'll run. That tells me it's probably the fuel lines and maybe carb. So let's go maybe address that. So on the free equipment, Edger works with my power attachment that I had. The blower works. This power head will work if I get the fuel lines and maybe carburetor cleaned out, a new carburetor or something for it. What's next? Let's take a look at the mower over there. And it is bone dry, so let me just put some fuel in it and see what happens. Okay, just put a little bit in. And while we're at it, let's go take a look at the air filter. This is a primer style. It's kind of weird. I thought all 675 Briggs. Oh, yeah. I got a better one. It's not new, but actually, I just shook it out onto the floor. And it's usable again, but look at my floor. All that was in here. So we're gonna clean this out and try to give it a start. Also blow out my floor. We've got a stuck float. It's leaking gas. That's not good. We need a, well, maybe that tapping it on the ground fixed it. Let's see. So, regardless on this one, I'm gonna have to probably take the carburetor off, take a look at it, maybe clean it. Might have to rebuild. Yeah, it's leaking through the primer bowl, but it's probably flooded it. But at least it stopped. So let's maybe by doing that, it caused the float to jar loose because it was stuck. But let's see. You see it ran. So oh gosh, so it ran for a few seconds, so that probably means carb needs a clean out. Probably some carb work on this one and it'll be good to go. This one probably needs a carb clean out, maybe a rebuild. So it looks like that's a clean out of carburetor, maybe a new one. It does run, has spark. See, air filter I cleaned out. It should be okay after that. And as we diagnosed over here, this trimmer will run. The fuel lines are whacked. And I don't know the state of the carburetor. So I'm going to take a look at this one a little bit more in a future video. I'm going to call this Diagnosing some free equipment. Later.